Okay, I've got a quick but highly requested tutorial for you today. It's how to import contacts into HighLevel. This would be if you're like migrating from another tool into HighLevel, or if you're importing a client, you're an agency and you want to set up their account for them to import all of their contacts. Here's a quick walkthrough of how to do that. You're going to go into your sub account. You're going to find contacts. This is an empty account right now, so there are none. Then you want to find the import contacts button here at the top, little down arrow here. Click on that. Then you're going to choose what you want to import. We're going to just choose contacts, and then we're going to hit next. I recommend you download the sample file. This will help you know the format that you need to input everything in. Opening up the sample file gives us the format that they want everything in. We have phone, email, first, last, business name, source. You can input all these different columns if you want to. You don't have to have all the columns, but this is the format that they want it in. Pay special attention to things like the tags, how they've put all of the tags in a single cell separated by a comma with a space. You can import things like notes. So if you're moving from a platform that lets you export notes, that's how you're going to bring those in. Just make sure that when you format your data, it's in this format here. Let's go ahead and bring in our sample data and drop it in here. Then we're going to choose how to import the contacts. You can create or update contacts, create contacts, or just simply update. Whether you're importing for the first time or you're uploading a second round of people that you're bringing over, I recommend the create and update contacts. This way you don't accidentally create duplicate contacts. Now what it's going to do is it's going to find existing contacts based on their contact ID, then their phone number, then their email. It's pretty straightforward. I haven't found a need to change it, but if you do need to change it, you can click this settings button right here. We'll go ahead and click the next button in the bottom right. Now we're going to map our fields that we're bringing over. So we're going to look down at the data that they've brought in. We have our phone number. Here's the preview. Here's the status. It says it successfully mapped it. The object, the contact record is our object. Objects in HighLevel can be like contact, opportunity, things like that. So here's the field that it has automatically mapped it to. And that's important because it has automatically done this, which means it may not be accurate depending on how you formatted your data or the type of data inside of the cells. So just take a quick look at it. Phone numbers, yep, that looks like a phone number. Email, yep, looks good. Scroll down through everything and see if these all make sense. Particularly pay attention to the tags section. On the right hand side, you can check the box whether you want to update empty values. For example, let's say that you have a contact that exists. Let's say they already have tags when you did a previous import and you're coming in to import a second round and you accidentally import a version that has that same contact but has no tags listed. If you check this box that says don't update to an empty value, that means that it's not going to get rid of anything that exists currently in the contact record. It's just going to skip over it. It's going to say, oh, John Doe already has tags, but this version that you're uploading says John Doe has no tags. If you check the box, it won't get rid of them. If you uncheck the box, it will get rid of them. So they give you that option. Once you've confirmed that everything looks good, go ahead and hit next. You can choose to create a smart list from this import. Sometimes I'll do this if I'm doing something pretty tricky with an import for a client. Otherwise, I'll leave that blank. You can add imported contacts to a workflow. I find in most cases I don't use this option, but if you had a lot of confidence in your import, and let's say you were migrating from a course platform and you wanted to add members, let's say, into a community group inside of HighLevel, you might choose at the time of importing to automatically put all of these people into a workflow automation that grants them access to a community. There's another method that I like to use that's a little bit safer and gives me more peace of mind, but that's what essentially the workflow would do. You can also add a tag to people that you're importing. So this would be like a tag that says imported from X or maybe a date, however you want to organize it. I typically don't do this either. But again, if I want to be sure that the import went through and I could see maybe these contacts out of a list of 10,000, I might create a smart list and then I can get rid of it later. But for the most part, I typically don't check any of these three boxes. Here's one last look at the data. You can confirm it, and then you have to check this box that says I have permission to add these people to my CRM, and then hit Start Bulk Import. Depending on how many people you're importing, this could take a few seconds to a few minutes, typically only a couple minutes, and you'll be good to go. My list was very small, so here's the list of what was imported here. I can see that I brought in the name, the company underneath it here. So that's good to see that that came over. I have the emails, the phone numbers, and the tags. If I click into a specific contact, I should have some notes here on the right-hand side. There it is. It imported my note automatically. It did give it today's date. That's just something to be aware of. It's not going to bring over the original date of when this note was created in whatever platform you came from. It brought in their phone number, and also it lists two additional phone numbers. You may remember that in our CSV that we imported, it had additional phone numbers and it had even additional emails per contact. If I click this pencil icon, you can see all the additional emails and I can choose which one I want to make the primary email. Scrolling down, you can see it brought in the prospect tag and the warm tag. Those are the tags that the contact had, and everything looks like it went off without a hitch. If you want to take a look at the bulk actions that were performed, you can go under the bulk actions section under the contacts here. It's this little bulk actions link at the top, and you can see the import that you did. You can click show stats. You can see if there are any errors. If there are any errors, it'll let you know, and it'll give you information about what you need to fix there. And that's all there is to importing contacts into HighLevel.